the king of pop and the greatest rapper of all time, got into a physical altercation at a party in Los Angeles, and Michael Jackson won. That's not a joke. That's not a fan theory. Multiple people who were there, or connected to people who were there, have told the same story from different angles over the last few years. And when you hear the full version, including what led up to it, what happened during it, and what happened after, it completely changes how you see both of these men. Because Michael Jackson wasn't just a performer. He was from Gary, Indiana. He grew up getting hit by his father. He learned to take a punch before he ever learned to moonwalk. And when someone disrespected a woman he considered family, he didn't call security. He stepped up himself. Here's how it started. The year is 1995 or 1996. The exact date has never been confirmed, but every version of the story places it during the same era. Tupac Shakur was dating Kidada Jones, the eldest daughter of legendary producer Quincy Jones. Quincy and Michael had one of the deepest partnerships in music history. Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, three of the greatest albums ever made, all produced by Quincy. Michael had known Kidada since she was a child. He called her his niece. She grew up around him. She even styled him for his 1995 Vibe magazine cover. In Michael's eyes, Kidada was family, not by blood, but by bond. The problem was that Tupac had a complicated history with the Jones family. In a 1993 interview, he publicly went after Quincy Jones, criticizing him for his relationships with white women and disrespecting his children. Rashida Jones, Kidada's younger sister and the actress from Parks and Recreation, publicly called Tupac out for it at the time. The tension between Pac and the Jones family was already simmering before he ever started dating Kidada. Now here's where it escalated. According to Boo Capone, an LA street figure who was connected to the scene at the time, Michael was at a barbecue or a private gathering, and Kidada was sitting on his lap. Not romantically, she was practically his niece. It was just affection between family. Then Tupac walked in with his crew. Big Syke and Mopreme were reportedly with him. He saw Kidada on Michael's lap and immediately got heated. Boo Capone described Pac saying something along the lines of, "What is she doing sitting on his lap?" Pac grabbed Kidada by one arm. Michael grabbed her other arm. She was caught in the middle, and things escalated fast. Then came the second account from comedian Tommy Too Smooth, who told the story on a series called The Untold. According to Tommy, the confrontation happened when Tupac was leaving a party with Kidada and was speaking to her aggressively in front of everyone, telling her to shut up, cursing at her, telling her to get in the car. Michael saw it, and he stepped to him directly. Tommy quoted Michael as saying, "You can't talk to her like that." Pac told Michael to mind his business. Michael responded, "That's like my niece." And then it got physical. Tommy said, Michael Jackson and Tupac start going at it. Michael got the better of him. They said Pac loved to fight, but he couldn't fight. Boo Capone added even more detail. He described Pac swinging first. Michael ducked it. Michael hit him with a left. Then Pac threw a karate kick. But the consensus from everyone who's told the story is the same. Michael came out on top. Boo Capone explained it was an unfair matchup from the start because Michael was 5'9" to 6 feet and Pac was about 5'9", but more importantly, Michael grew up getting hit. He was the youngest brother in a house full of older boys. He took hits from Joe Jackson his entire childhood. He didn't learn to fight in the streets. He learned to fight in his own living room. Then, Whack 100, the music executive and manager of the game, confirmed the story on the Getty radio show last year. He said, Mike said, "I watched that girl grow up, and he got to him, got the better of him." Whack used the story to question Pac's toughness, calling him a studio gangster. That part is debatable. But the fight itself? Too many people have told the same version for it to be nothing. And here's the part that makes the whole thing even more layered. Despite the confrontation, Tupac and the Jones family eventually reconciled. Rashida Jones told The New Yorker that Pac came up to apologize, first to Kidada, then to Quincy himself. She said they sat down and had a real conversation, and that after that, he was family. Kidada and Tupac went on to live together for 4 months. She was in their Las Vegas hotel room on September 7th, 1996, the night he was fatally wounded. She was at the hospital when he passed 6 days later. She called it the most horrible thing that ever happened to me. She later had his face tattooed on her arm. Subscribe, because the Michael Jackson rabbit hole never ends.